Big Boar Barbecue presents Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG-TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Riker. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, in La Crosse on 3rd Street downtown and George and Gillette Street. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. And by the D&D Diner. Good food, fine wine. On Theater Road in Sparta, next to the BP Truck Stop.
Welcome in, race fans. Year number 8 of the award-winning Seven Rivers Racing program, and we are back at it again. Thank you for joining us. I'm Radio Man Dan Diker. Sitting to the next to me here is Paul Reichert. And on the end, he's been here since day one. Well, radio-wise, he's been here since day one. This is year number 4.
I've been on your TV show every year until you made me just sit here every week. So,
well, that's because he wasn't getting paid to start things off with. Now he does. Billy Doc Niles joining us again. Gentlemen,
how we doing, bud?
We are close.
Check out the new shirts, man.
Oh, yes. Fansarena.com. Only... Now, people are going, wait, those are the radio shirts from last year. These are the new TV shirts provided by Fansarena.com. Big Boar Barbecue, of course, title sponsoring this year. And then we have 2 new sponsors joining us this year, Epic Media and Vinyl and Back 40 Wraps. They're developing a huge banner that's going to go in the back right here. Now, look at it. It looks like we're presenting Paul. Do that again, Buck. Look at Paul. Ta-da! Yeah, got a halo above his head over here. We are ready for all kinds of racing shenanigans on one of the only spots in the entire state that you're going to find a program that's dedicated to racing. And I do have to mention before I forget, we have won awards, or I've won awards in the past for this TV show. We found out that for the first time in the 8 years we've had this program in the air, we're about to receive an award from the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association, which would be I've been in radio and TV 27 years, would be my first ever TV award, and this will obviously be the first for the both of you as well.
Yes. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to find out how this goes out. We try, we have a lot of fun up here and kid with each other, but we do try to be serious a little bit and bring you stuff about, not only racing here at La Crosse, but Midwest racing and their goings on. And it's kind of cool that somebody took notice.
Well, it's looking to be outstanding. We're not sure. We do know we have a third, which is a merit. And you have a first place, you have second and third, which are kind of the same thing. So hopefully we'll find out here in a couple of weeks. Sponsors of this year's program, Big Boar Barbecue, are back again. Guess what, guys? Not only are we doing 1 show, but 2 from their locations this year.
All right. Diker's going to clean the kitchen out.
Well, remember, last time we did it at Big Boar in West Salem, he almost bit some fingers off. We're not having a repeat of that this year.
Well, it's because you had all the food.
You're in a cage by yourself. That's not happening. We're not losing them off of the nubs here. Also, we're brought to you by Epic Media and Vinyl and Back 40 Wraps. Again, Drew Krymek and his whole gang. They're wrapping race cars left and right now. I think Sean Knobloch and Jeremy Wagner was the latest monster he was getting ready to tackle.
Yeah, it's always a nice-looking car that Wagner has every year, and these guys doing a really good job. I've seen some of the cars they're doing. Looking forward to seeing them on the track.
Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. Yes, folks, you will have to use your air conditioning soon enough. Maybe
sometime
by August.
This year, yes.
Well, they do have heating too, though.
Yep, and get to now's the perfect time. Get that air conditioner checked out before the heating season gets here. Give them a call. They'll come in and check it out for you.
I just noticed Bill's copycatting me this year. My glasses, your glasses look almost like mine do. I just noticed that. He's got a haircut like mine. The glasses are real similar to mine.
No, I got these cool little rubber things so I'm just...
I got rubber right there. Yeah, I'm going to watch you this year. Also, D&D Diner in Sparta. Man, I tell you what, you want some fantastic food at an economical price, and you don't go in and, you ever see commercials for fancy restaurants on TV, and they have like 4 pieces of something and some drizzle, and you're like, okay, that doesn't even qualify for an appetizer, and that's like a $100 plate of food. D&D Diner in Sparta, not even close. I know you haven't been there yet, but you've seen the pictures I've been throwing on Facebook, and I tell you what, Rick and I were up there twice now.
If there's one thing you know about, it's food.
Oh, wait till you see the commercials in here. Jesse had a chance. We were up there a couple of weeks ago. One of the best cups of coffee that I had in quite a while. I had a 3-meat burrito that almost put me down by 11 o'clock in the morning.
What?
Oh, geez.
Yeah, it's that big. Jesse was filming, and the spaghetti plate was huge. Brad Worthen, he's the relative of Dale Worthen, who owns D&D's Diner, brought in a thing of nachos, man, and I wanted to jump right in, but I had to DJ a smoker. I had to do John Redke's wedding that day. D&D Diner in Sparta, some fantastic food, and again, economical prices, and they're going to be your location for the Thomas Sparta Raceway and La Crosse Speedway. When the races are done, you're going to be heading out there. Also, talking about Thomas Sparta Raceway, we have tickets for you on the shopping show here in KQEG-TV. They're going to be drastically discounted. So just watch the shopping show on KQEG-TV. First year we've had Thomas Sparta Raceway or Speedway. I got used to saying that it's not Raceway anymore. It's Speedway, Paul Reicher. Just
That's right.
when you need to.
Okay. You're going to be the voice of that joint. You got to get it right, dude.
That's right. We're going to have Greg Oliver. Matter of fact, I'm going to be out there taping a documentary, a mini documentary with the man that's leasing the track this year, which is Greg Oliver. He and I and Rick Porter from the TSS are going to go out and tape that here. At least the weather's going to be nice for one day this week. And that's going to be coming up here next couple of weeks. So, yeah, I'll be there on Friday nights and Saturday nights at La Crosse Speedway. And you're going to hit, what, 27 tracks this year?
No, hitting all around, including Toma a couple times.
Do want to mention that this is the new public relations director for the La Crosse Fairground Speedway.
Yes.
That's why we were doing this earlier. See, there it is. Now we need a PR right above Paul's head.
Yeah.
Coming up on
It
today's...
stands for Paul Reicher. It stands for PR, man.
This is right. Coming up on today's program, we're going to take it back to the La Crosse Speedway Banquet. Usually we hit Media Day. We bring you up to snuff, all the new drivers going on. Media Day, of course, not here yet. But Chuck Deery is going to join us in the program, talk about the end of 2017 and what could be coming in 2018. And Randy Humfeld going to be talking to us about his Sportsman Championship. So I want to welcome you in. Thank you for joining us. Thank the sponsors that are on board again. Year number 8 of the program, along with Billy Doc Niles and Paul Reicher and Dan Dyker. We're just getting started here on KQEG-TV.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
4 years in a row and counting. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer at Big Boar Barbecue. Once again, La Crosse County has voted us the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County. Making great ribs and great barbecue has always been my passion, and it means a great deal to me that you love what we do. If you haven't tried our ribs, pulled pork, brisket, or smoked chicken, try it and you'll agree. Big Boar Barbecue, a delicious mouthful.
Yeah!
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter.
Hey, Dave.
Like giving Jeff his ladder back before he takes it back. Or where to put the food when you both get the groceries. Or the doggy door that just became a raccoony door. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call today for your free estimate on a new American Standard system or schedule online at careyheating.com.
At the D&D Diner, you can expect hometown meals, hometown service, and hometown prices. Hi, this is Dale with the D&D Diner in Sparta, your new home for great food, cold beer, and fine wines. Whether it's a big breakfast, a tasty lunch, or traditional dinner, you'll find it on our menu. Whether it's Friday night fish dinners, Saturday night prime rib, or our many daily specials, your place for great food at fantastic prices is the D&D Diner in Sparta.
Welcome back, Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG-TV. I'm Dan Dyker. The 2017 annual La Crosse Speedway Banquet. We tape a lot of segments here every year. You get to hear some more behind-the-scenes things with some of the drivers, those that come out and excite you every weekend. Plus, we like to get them where they're dressed up because you'll never, ever see Matt Henderson in a suit like you did on the program here once he's back at the racetrack. Chuck Deery, the man of the master plan at the La Crosse Speedway, is going to join us next. Of course, general manager now going on 26, 27 years.
This will be my 30th year.
30th year, holy cow.
Well, we can count a couple of 2-for-1s in there,
Holy
I guess. But
cow. I like the beard. Is this going to stay? Is this like Aaron Rodgers keeps the beard and the mustache till game day, then he shaves it off? Is that going to stay?
Well, one of my idols is Rick Wilson, and he grew one. And
Rick dyes his white, though.
Oh, okay.
He likes that more mature thing going on.
No, I'm just protesting no racing. So once racing starts, it comes off.
So I'm going to get it out of the way right now. Out of all the Oktoberfests you've been a part of, how much? Well, you weren't there a couple of days, but of course you heard the backlash. How disappointed were you and Greg McCarnes that Mother Nature did not want to hold races this year?
Well, I had a good reason for not being there, but
yeah, your son, big time. How's your son with hockey, by the way?
Very good. We're very enjoying his career at in that level, so it's been very fun. But had to do the dad thing. Yep. In regards to Fest, it's very disappointing. Not so much for us, it's part of the game. We understand it, but the disappointment that the fans and the competitors have to go through for wanting to race and wanting to be part of it and just not being able to do it. It's really frustrating, but it'll only make this year's event even sweeter and better because we didn't get the full season or full schedule in last year. last year. So we'll do it and come back full force and have fun this year.
Car counts were still there, the fans were still there, the campground was still full. I mean, even when it was raining, I kept watching to see campers pull out, and nobody did. They needed their Oktoberfest. It just dawned on me the other day, you're coming up on your 50th annual Oktoberfest. Are there plans being made right now for that momentous occasion?
Well, we plan on doing the Oktoberfest. We'll take one season at a time, and we'll probably do some more, a little bit different things. But, every fest is special. Every race season is special. Whether it falls on an even number year or whatever, right, or an anniversary, they're all the same to us. As long as folks come out, they want to see some racing, get to see some good racing, and the competitors get to be part of it. So that's our goal, and that's what we'll continue to do.
2017 saw the street stock class continue to grow, new names, faces, and cars. The minivan division is slowly starting to take off. I think there's a lot of talk, people looking for minivans in junkyards. Sportsmen were always competitive. Thunderstock's competitive. Late models, a different champion this year, and an increased car count, which really opened up a lot of people's eyes.
Well, making some rule changes that opened it up to allow some other cars to come and participate was a big help for that. And we foresee the 2018 season being similar to the 2017, so we're very excited about it. Some minor changes for the cars and the rules governing them, so there's not a lot of things that drivers have to do to compete, which makes life a lot easier, and they can work on getting a little bit more competitive, and so we're excited to see the first green flag and see who's fast.
The other thing that really shocked me this year, I wouldn't say shocked me because it's outside of the realm of actual Saturday night racing, the special events that we put on, the Smash-O-Ramas and the EVA Destructions. I could not believe it was 8:15 during Smash-O-Rama this year, and we still had lines of people back to the parking lot. That's got to make you feel good when you walk onto your office and go, oh, wait a minute, the show had already started, and there's still people crawling to get in there.
Well, it makes me mad, too, that we don't have them in properly and stuff, right, but as a customer service side of things. But, it's just it's a well-operated staff that does it. It's the staff that deserves the kudos for that puts on a heck of a show, and the competitors put on a heck of a show. I mean, if I didn't have to work, I'd buy a ticket and go to it myself. So it's a lot of fun, and those events are unique, and that's what makes them, very popular.
2018, of course, those large events are going to be coming back again. Schedule is going to be out. People can be able to mark those down right off the bat because those are so family-friendly. Saturday nights this year, do we expect to see anything different, major from 2017?
Well, 2017 was such a difficult year for the weather. We lost, 5-6 events, or I don't remember exactly, but so we're going to continue what we did in 2017 into 2018. We thought we had a excellent promotional schedule, excellent schedule for this year. We're going to run July 3rd, which we haven't in the last couple of years, which is a Tuesday night, and then on Saturday, July 28th, the semi-trucks, the big rigs are coming in, and they've rented the facility to put on a show on their own. So a couple of different things here and there, but other than that, just good old-fashioned short track auto racing with all the drama and excitement that happens every lap.
One of the things that's not going to be back this year, it's kind of disappointing, but you can kind of see the writing on the wall. One of the neatest classes I saw when I first started at the La Crosse Speedway was during Oktoberfest, and that was the raised division, which translated into the outlaw division. It was one of the most entertaining things because you never knew what to expect to show up on any given Saturday night. Did it just run its course and it was time to let it go by the wayside?
Yeah, it just never got to the legs I'd hoped it'd get, and the design of the class was for obsolete race cars to have someplace to race. But these guys are so creative nowadays that they can take that obsolete race car and race it and convert it into another division. So we're still going to do it at Oktoberfest, but for our weekly program it just didn't fit anymore. So we'll come up with something a little bit more exciting.
And you've got to feel good the direction the street stocks and minivans are going.
Oh, without a doubt. All those entry-level classes are always fun, and there's always interest in them because it's so economically feasible to race and have some fun. So we'll continue to go with that. The minivans we'll probably see some nice growth with them this year too. So it should be all good. Should be all good.
A lot more on the Action Track Quarter Mile coming up here in 2018. Chuck Deery, the general manager of the La Crosse Fairgrounds Speedway, lacrossespeedway.com, and they're all over social media. We're going to get more champions coming up next on Seven Rivers Racing.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
Big Boar Barbecue is up and running on the north side of La Crosse. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer at Big Boar Barbecue. Yes, the food truck is open at George and Gillette Street to make it easier for you north siders to find out why La Crosse County has voted us 4 years in a row as the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, 3rd Street downtown, and now open at George and Gillette Street.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that actually matter.
Hey, Dave.
Like giving Jeff his ladder back before he takes it back. Or where to put the food when you both get the groceries. Or the doggy door that just became a raccoony door. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Call today for your free estimate on a new American Standard system or schedule online at carryheating.com.
At the D&D Diner, you can expect hometown meals, hometown service, and hometown prices. Hi, this is Dale with the D&D Diner in Sparta, your new home for great food, cold beer, and fine wines. Whether it's a big breakfast, a tasty lunch, or traditional dinner, you'll find it on our menu. Whether it's Friday night fish dinners, Saturday night prime rib, or our many daily specials, your place for great food at fantastic prices is the D&D Diner in Sparta.
Welcome in, Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV. I'm Dan Dyker, heading into year number 8 on one of the area's biggest racing shows, if not the biggest racing show. And of course, as we always do this time of the year, it is the 2017 Crosse Speedway Awards Banquet, where we bring all the champions and then anybody else that's milling around that can still stand up before dinner. Before we get headed in the banquet hall, we're going to get them on here as well. We're going to start things off on today's program. Again, do want to thank KQEG TV and my partners in crime, Paul Reichert and Bill Niles. And I want to thank Rick Wilson, Jesse, for bringing me back for year number 8. We're going to start things off with a man that, as soon as we knew he was coming back full-time this year, may have a hard, not a hard road, but maybe some bobbles here and there with some of the competition to try to get a sportsman championship, and he did, and that is Randy Humfeld. Randy, nice seeing you, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Nice to be here.
You know, it was always funny that Randy and I would always talk. I think it was 3-4 years ago when you knocked down, I think it was 15 quick times. I was always going to make you a chair. Then you kind of disappeared. You came back part-time, and I'd always bug you on the racetrack. When are you coming back full? When are you coming back full? When did you decide to come back to run a full season last year?
Probably around February. I think I went and picked the car up from Nick, and he needed some room to get his late model in the shop. And once I had it, I knew I was going to run a full year.
Now, was that your original number 6, or was this a different car?
That was my second car, the new one that I had built for the 2011 season and the one I won the championship in 2012.
Anything different between that year and last year? That's a 5-year difference. I mean, obviously you went through some rule changes, too.
A lot of rule changes. The rules are more for what we built the car for now with the the rear window spoiler, the better shocks, aluminum intake headers. It really performed. We knew when they changed the rules in 2015 for that season that it was going to be really good.
Rule changes, I always ask drivers, is this something you wanted to see? I know that you've had some input with some other people on the competition council throughout the years. The rules that were embedded last year, did they play into your favor?
Yeah, it got us, I guess, more even with a lot of the other tracks, sportsman cars, or area sportsman type car, where those cars could come and compete with us, and we could go and compete with them with just gear changes, basically.
And even though some of those guys from around the Dells that him-hawed with you guys all year never did show up here, did they?
No, we were kind of hoping they'd show up. They did show up at Fest, but we're open for competition anytime. Anytime we get more cars, to be the best, you got to beat the best.
And that is something you and I talked about very early in the season last year. As we're talking about the Randy Humfeld 2017 Sportsman Champion, you weren't just going to cakewalk your way through a Sportsman's Championship last year. You knew Steve Bachman was hungry as all get out. You knew Brad Worthen was coming for it this year. And then you threw in some other guys like Adam Oxborough that really gave himself a name a year ago. This was not going to be easy.
Yeah, we knew there was going to be a lot of hungry guys for the championship, especially going for another championship after Nick won 2 in a row with that car. For me to win 3 in a row is really something. We're very proud of that. It's tough to do. The competition is really tough. Everybody's really close, really good. It's just kind of a matter of who can get to the front and get out front first.
Now, a lot of people don't see who parks next to whom down in the pits, but Randy and Nick were always side by side with Brian Hesselberg as well. When you get into the season and you really started to see a reality coming about that, hey, I may be able to win this thing if I can fend off Brad Worthen, who's now winning races, how much input did you get from Nick Clements?
A little bit. He basically told me to leave it alone because he didn't really mess with it for kind of 2 years once Ryan Powell, who built the car, set it up. I like to, I guess I was never happy with it. We drive completely different, so we were always playing with stuff. I guess, he was busy with the late model stuff. We didn't get, a ton of input, but I would ask him or Rick Schimmerhorn or Ryan, for input whenever I needed it.
Heading into 2018 now, of course, you get a nice time here at the banquet to reflect back on another championship. What makes this one different from the one 5 years ago?
I guess, I guess there's new faces, new competition. The other one was with Jake Arneson. I fought real hard with him, and then the year before, Danny Gilster won. I finished second to him the first 2 years in that car. It's different. The rules are different. We really enjoy this rules package, and to win 3 in a row, basically when I got the car from Nick, it had won the last 2 championships, and there was a lot of pressure. Basically anything other than a championship was a failure for me. So,
but the thing is you're getting a car from somebody else, and you guys you're not the same size, so obviously the seat's going to have to come out, but you have different driving styles, and when you come into getting a championship car, you're like, man, I don't even want to touch this thing because obviously it's a proven winner. Were you kind of skeptical on some of the changes you wanted to make to conform to your style of racing?
Yeah, I tried that in 2015 for Fest when I stepped in it. I
remember that, yeah.
I thought that my tried and true setup from a few years before that would really work, and it was so bad we ended up changing it completely back. So I basically left it the way he had it. We did a couple minor changes here and there, but it's pretty much the way it was when he had it last year.
2018 racing season coming upon us real fast. Where's Randy Humfeld?
We'll be there for sure the first night, and then we'll see how it goes.
First night? Everyone says they're going to be there for the first night. Nick Panitsky said that last year, and look what happened to him.
Yeah, I want to get my other car done too, but we'll be there with Nick's car the first night.
Anybody watching that looks at our sportsman's class compared to maybe other tracks, competition here, I say it year after year, is hands down. And now we're seeing a lot of Minnesota guys competing here on a regular basis. Do you feel that the sportsman's class is in a position where these Minnesota drivers are going to keep showing up?
Yeah, and not only the Minnesota guys, but the other guys from around the tracks in Wisconsin. Since the rules have basically gotten similar to most of the other tracks, those guys can all show up, and we're hoping we can get more people, even if they only run a handful of times. If they could show up, we'll take them.
If there's one guy from the Great Northern Sportsman Series that you'd like to show up during a regular season race here at La Crosse, who would you want that to be for you to be able to beat?
Well, you'd have to say Dave Trout.
Yeah.
I don't know what his plans are for this year, but that would be the one we'd want him to show up so we can try to beat him.
You know, as soon as I find out he is coming up here, the entire world's going to know about that. And you're going to see a lot of people at that racetrack because there was a lot of social media between you guys last year. Why don't you come down here and play? Why don't you come up here? And then, of course, tug of war gets rained out at Oktoberfest. Randy Humfeld, our 2017 track champion, and congratulations again. And we will see you here in a couple of weeks.
Sounds good.
Dan, awesome interviews there with Chuck and with Randy Humfeld. Really interesting. Going to be interesting to see this year if he does, come out with another championship, because that competition in that sportsman class is a tough one.
And Paul, you know as well as I do, repeating at the La Crosse Speedway, Nick Paninsky is about to find out this year. Not the easiest thing to do. I don't care what class you're in.
No, it's not easy. Nick's going to be having some challenges. Steve's going to be coming at him full throttle again. And the rumors about maybe Jacob Gady coming down, who knows? That could make really interesting.
Michael Beamish. I've heard rumors possibly Chad Wallen making a few appearances. You're going to see quite a few guys maybe making that trip down from the Twin Cities a lot more than just once or twice this year.
Minnesota invasion last year, and Billy Doc Niles just touched on it right there. It's going to happen again this year. I want to thank our sponsors, Big Boar Barbecue, Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, D&D Diner in Sparta. Would like to have some of that chopped steak right about now. Epic Media and Vinyl, Back 40 Wraps, and fansarena.com. Next week, more interviews, and in a couple of weeks, once the Speedways get underway, your station for the highlights right here, KQEG-TV.
You've been watching Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG-TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Reichert. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem, in La Crosse on 3rd Street downtown and George and Gillette Street. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. And by the D&D Diner, good food, fine wine, on Theater Road in Sparta, next to the Bee Peak Truck Stop. Thanks for watching Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG-TV.
You don't have to fly to Kansas City to get great barbecue.
4 years in a row and counting. Hi, this is Jerry Beyer at Big Boar Barbecue. Once again, La Crosse County has voted us the best barbecue and best caterer in La Crosse County. Making great ribs and great barbecue has always been my passion, and it means a great deal to me that you love what we do. If you haven't tried our ribs, pulled pork, brisket, or smoked chicken, try it and you'll agree. Big Boar Barbecue, a delicious mouthful.
Yeah!